Glad that you guys are all here, and we're gonna get straight to business. Thank you. A couple of people said that they had to work and things of that nature. So the people that let me turn this down. Now that you caught a vibe, right? So today we are continuing our talk on DNA activation through the tarot, through astrology. Today we are referencing the minor arcana. Now, what separates the minor arcana from the major arcana is that it's a system. Now, a system is anything that's put in place and it has checks and balances. Then it also has reminders to keep you locked into the system. Now, throughout this conversation, I'm not advocating whether these information that I'm about to present is good or bad, but what I am saying is this is how it actually works. And now, we've all seen the Kabbalistic tree of life, and there is no clear explanation. And the reason why is that's because of how it's designed. Now, I'm going to break down how the machine is, how it works, and then you get to implement how you want to activate your machine, how you want to use your machine, basically. So it's completely up to you. I'm going to give you guys a number worksheet at the end of this when I give you the recording. And with that number worksheet is that you teach your numbers how to work for you. We're going to talk about the deeper links between tarot, astrology, and DNA activation. Now, when I reference DNA activation, I'm referencing your innate ability to create your life from the inside out. This is a very passive technique. So the question is always going to be, how do you do this, Hood? How do you do this? I'm trying to figure it out. This is complicated. I don't know what you're talking about. This is hard. But what I'm saying is this is very passive. This is very simple. It's simply about programming. Now, I'm going to tell you real quick about programming. When I program my computer to operate in a particular function, I am not micromanaging. I'm simply implementing the initial binary code, and then I'm just hitting play or hitting enter, and then the computer does the work. Now we having a whole conversation based upon programming. So we have a real life example that programming is working. But what I'm trying to teach with this class is to get you to program your life utilizing numbers, because you're not going to have anything that doesn't revert down to its basic coding in numbers. And it's very, very simple, but we can make it hard. And this is why we're here for the question and answer portion, because the questions are going to give you the answers, and then the answers will allow you to move forward. And this is not relegated to just this 2-hour, 3-hour period. Post this live. If any questions arise, you know my email, okay? By understanding the minor arcana, you understand numbers, elements, and astrology. So, of course, you might not get it on the first try, second try, third try, but you have these recordings for the remainder of your life. Pop it in whenever, 10 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years ago, pop it in, because it'll make more sense as you begin to evolve. But numbers, elements, and astrology. Elements, just another name for worlds of creation. In our previous video, we talked about the 4 elements and how it relates to DNA. DNA operates off 4 elements, ACTG. All gods are pure, right? And putting these 2 energies together, operating on pairs, you actually deal with the realms of creation. And these are the tools that will help you craft a desirable existence, whether you like it or not, okay? And you might have to listen to this a few times for it to click, and that's the whole point of it. So if it's hard to reference or if it's hard to understand, make sure you write a question down so you can get some actual ease. So this is the actual benefit of having the live recording, because people going to purchase this and listen to it and have questions initially, and they're going to have to wait for me to reply. But the benefit for you guys is that you ask a question, I answer it immediately. And if I don't have the answer for it, it'll be something that we can actually, sit and fester over, okay? Or have something to kind of give you guys homework. So you have the tools, and now it's time to access them. We know numbers, they're all around us. We've been taking math class since grade school. So let's deal with the occult, esoteric, principle, primary understanding. And I want to thank Prime Harmonic for keeping this video on and hitting me with the head nods, helping me go. I need that, Prime. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But, let's deal with the tools, let's deal with the numbers and elements, and let's deal with the overall world of creation. So, of course, this is the table of contents, and I just want to deal with the purpose of this course. The purpose of this course is to get you familiar with numbers. Numbers in the esoteric sense, numbers in the realms of creation, numbers, how they relate to the Kabbalah. Kabbalah relates to your DNA activation. Your DNA activation is just your simple modality for programming yourself. Of course, we all have gotten the code 1111, right? There's a reason for that, and we'll talk about it. Numbers are the tools for which you create your life. Another purpose for this will be to understand your astrology through the minor arcana system. Arcana is mysteries. This is why initially when we're referencing some of these ideas throughout this build, it's like, what the hell is you saying? I don't get it. It's supposed to be mysterious, but as we deal with this overall disclosure, we are to get the mysteries, learn the mysteries, and move on. Create new systems, create new ideologies, create anything that we want based upon there is no rules. 1111. You'll also get a number chart that will be yours to fill out on your own. So you add value and substance and understanding what these numbers represent, and you create your own codes. It's sort of like the astrology book, but just with numbers, okay? Because within, it's 222, Ashe. Because within the numbers, you can encode whatever energy you want into these numbers. And hopefully one of your numbers can double the money that you invested in this course. So hopefully you got a number that gives you $46. So, you're not worried about taking a loss financially, of course. Okay, so what I'm saying is Arcana means mystery, so it might not be so easy to grasp all of this knowledge. However, it's not impossible, and it's only based upon personal experience, your personal awareness that makes you God. From your awareness, you deal with your programming, and nothing can intervene with that, okay? So what we'll be talking about, we'll have a minor arcana explain slide. From there, we'll talk about minor arcana in the tree of life. Then we will talk about Yod, He, Val, He, the numerical value of God, followed by the tetragrammaton, a 4-lettered word or a 4-numbered word. You be the judge. Malkuth will deal with the energy of 10 or the binary code reverse. The minor arcana by the numbers and faces, right? Nobody lives in a vacuum, so we'll deal with the court cards because they are associated with all of this. From there, we'll talk about how to craft your numbers chart, understanding your numbers chart when you get it in the email, knowing how to fill it out, and hopefully you can understand how powerful it is to have these tools. Now, when you see your numbers, instead of wondering what they mean, you know exactly what they mean, because instead of you going to angelnumbers.com, right? What you know about the numbers in your life, okay? Asking your friends and this, that, and the third, asking me, you have it already programmed and already established that whenever you see 555, oh, it's money time, or oh, somebody thinking about you, or it's time to manifest or to remember your mission. It's so many different ways that you can implement your numbers. It'll be the same thing as like, okay, what kind of computer program interface do you want to work off of? There is no right computer interface. It's just what works for you, what is best for you, and this is the power of numbers. So then we're going to talk about using the minor arcana to understand your astrology chart. I'm giving it up. Whenever I want to understand astrology, because it's abstract, it's vague, right? It's Jupiter in Aries. Okay, I'll take a stab at it, right? However, I don't do that. I use the minor tarot to formulate my astrological compositions whether it's doing the lives that I do on YouTube or personal readings that I do for money. When I need a deeper understanding of my astrology, I reference the tarot cards because I understand the layout. And so with this presentation, I'll give you the layout and you could say, I don't agree with it. Perfectly fine. I'm just telling you what I do and what works for me and what gives me positive reviews every time I do a reading, okay? Not every time, 90% of the time, because, who's perfect? Finally, Kubera and the Magic Squares. This was the spiritual channel. So the previous video, I talked about how Metatron was the spiritual channel for the information. Well, this time, the energy has been Kubera, Jambalaya, and the Yellow Terra, okay? And they're all representing wealth and understanding the power of numbers. A lot of people don't have wealth in their lives because they haven't programmed wealth. So you gonna have to tell me, no, Hood, I program wealth frequencies in my life and I'm still not manifesting money. Then I'll say, okay, we got an argument, but you got to try it first. Because I promise you, I did Kubera, I did the Magic Square, I followed the prompts, and I've been making money hand over fist. Okay. And there's no real rhyme or reason to it. I'm just telling you, it works. It helps my business. And maybe you don't have a business. Okay. That's step one. But from there, it is going to take you to another level once you have the Magic Square. Put it on your altar, light the candle, reference it. You don't have to sit and do mathematical equations or something complicated. It's already encoded within the numbers, okay? And we'll talk about that. And hold on. Losing my bearings, okay? Kubera, the Magic Squares, Jambalaya, Yellow Tarot. I'm just going to give you a deeper understanding of the Kubera energy. If the Kubera energy is a little bit too vague, it gets a little deeper with Jambalaya and Yellow Tarot, Yellow Terra, and yeah. And then finally, we'll do Chakra Nova. I'll explain what me and Prime Harmonic have planned for you guys in July. It's going to be major. And we got to show up and show out for Prime. That is going to be a Saturday and Sunday event, the 18th and 19th of July. I'll give more details as the month goes on, but I just want to let you guys know, and hopefully you guys tune in, because this one definitely ain't going to be about me. You want to pay the $23 just so you can tap into the meditation that Prime Harmonic is going to present, because it's going to be an exclusive meditation specifically for activating your root chakra. Now, only if you've activated your root chakra can you speak on the benefits of having the security and protection of the earth. To be grounded, to understand that you are as prosperous as the grass is green, right? To tap into that energy. It's actual physical modalities, actual psychology that activate your root chakra, and we'll talk about it. And then finally, we have our questions and answers. So that is what we'll talk about in a nutshell. It's not a lot of slides, but within the slides, it's a lot of information. So I'm going to try to be as swift as I can with this information, because even me going as fast as I can, it'll still be a lot of information. So if it's ever a point where it's going too fast, because I don't even think I can talk fast, I don't think God gave me that ability. But from there, as fast as I can, it's kind of like, it's like that sloth in Zootopia. Anyways, we have, if you guys have any questions, feel free.